Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Football Manager 2022, and it is the end of the season just about for Charlotte Football Club, and this is going to be a little bit of a summative episode to a point, but let's go ahead and take a look at the standings for the MLS right now. You can see we have the Q that is qualified. We have won the championship of the Eastern Conference. And we've qualified with quite a bit of points ahead of NYCFC, although they're still a scary team. I don't exactly know how things will go in the playoffs. One of the issues that is going to come up, though, I just want to look at the season preview just to see where we're at. We're now slated to go 6. We have Arezzo in the top 11 along with Fuchs as well, which is very exciting. Our team has actually gone in a tear, an absolute tear, since the last time where we glitched out and should have tied Sporting KC, but didn't. Chicago, we were able to beat the crap out of. Toronto was a closer win here, and then it's a little bit of a combination of having an easier schedule, but I think one of the things that gave me some pause and made me reevaluate the tactic that I'm running is that the Chicago game, I think it was Chicago, one of these two Chicago games, I got 3 goals, but all 3 of the goals were on, it was the first Chicago game. They were all on free kicks. All right, that's right. Arezzo scored twice on free kicks. But we changed just a little bit. I ended up moving the line in possession. No, that's not what we want. I ended up moving the line out of possession back up to much higher, which is where it was originally at. I was trying to look at the things of like, we were making a ton of good offense up here. What happened? And I was messing with the lines a little bit. So we're just trying to move up play pressure. If we leak some goals in the back as a result, that's fine. Some other significant develops that have happened. I did do a little bit of changing in the transfer market, but unfortunately that led to Eric Holt going public, skipping practice, and saying, I'm not happy with what's going on here. Eric Holt, 2-star, you'd think, hey, maybe, okay, I can kind of ignore it, ship him out. I already have moved another player to let him be the sub, and he is currently back up to his playing time as squad player, but the team talk wasn't very happy, and unfortunately, because of the dynamics here and everything, Eric Holt actually brought in a bunch of the team leaders and they all sided with him. So even though we're the top of the not the top of the championships, I'm too busy thinking of other leagues here. We're at the top of MLS, looking really good with 2 more games on the schedule. Yeah, there's a little bit of locker room squabbling that we're going to need to put the kibosh on. Anyway, I will go over the stats and everything at the end here, but we have Derek as by far the best player. We would have one of the top goal scorers in the league because Mr. Arezzo has been on an absolute tear since I signed him, which is exactly what I signed him for. 8 goals, 8 matches, 1 assist, 7.6 rating. If I can keep him for next year, it's going to be really good. His release clause of $8.5 million is a steal. But we're going to go on to our 2 matches today and then talk about other stuff, so let's dive in. Also, I do just want to point out here for our lineup here that we're playing a lot of the same front line. But since we have nothing to gain or lose in the next 2 games that we're playing, I'm trying to give some other players a run here. Merriman's done pretty well in defensive midfielder, and he's been a little unhappy with his playing time. I want to see how that goes. I want to make sure that Jamie stays happy because his agreed playing time is a regular starter, but he is very much our third best fullback here. Duncan is established on the right. Fuchs is established on the left and has a 1-year extension. I kind of want to see what Jamie can do. Holt and another sort of flyer signing here of Ferk Ranis, I think that's how you pronounce it, who was a player I originally thought about taking in the waiver draft or shortly thereafter. He was cut, so I was able to put him back in. So we have a little bit more depth. So we're going to be giving the younger guys some runs here, not literally like giving them bad food and digestive issues. We also need Sergio Ruiz to get back into form because right now he has not been playing nearly as well, but he is just coming off of injury. So we're going to dive in, submit the team. We have a lot of warnings here for everything. Our assistant manager's like, please put our starting players back on, even though we just told you that you don't have to worry about it because we're in the standings where we're going to be here. I don't know if the fans are upset in anything here, so I want everybody to feel good. You know what's funny about Eric Holt is that he's unsure. He's kind of unhappy and pissed off about how things are going on. But I put him in the match as a sub like I've been doing for a while. I love that he complained about this after I moved another player to make him my first sub on the fact that Kessler and Derek this late in the season do need to be rotated in and out a lot. He actually scored a goal while pissed off, so maybe I just need to make him mad more often. Blah, blah, blah. I should get a better assistant manager to take all this press stuff. It's been pretty dull. But Columbus Crew has fallen off a cliff. We still have the room back in the goal, but we are away from home. You can see we are totally streaking right now. Something about fixing the tactic, putting our stuff up right. Also, actually playing Jordan Morris as left side, inside forward has kind of awakened a sleeping dragon to a point. I still don't know if I'm going to be able to afford him. It's going to come down to what Tep Dog says. I hate calling him Tep Dog, though. It's there's a lot of fun going on with the Carolina Panthers at the time of this recording. And when I say fun, I mean dumpster fire. You never see a 5-win NFL team look so depressing. So that less rests on the shoulders of a lot of people, and you gotta eventually point to the man on top of all this. But it's raining, so maybe we go for more direct passing. But I'm not going to be too stressed out if our defense doesn't hold here. In fact, I should probably put Diogo in the goal at some time to give him some run. The fans really love Diogo, our backup goalkeeper. I guess it's kind of like the backup quarterback in football. It's one of the easiest position to have. You never really get to go on the field very much, and the fans love you for it because they never get to see what you're doing. Rezo opting to turn around like this. If we go for a 0-0 tie, that's fine. I just want to get some people match fits. I'm running here Delgado up to James Delgado again. That was actually a really nice curled shot. And Delgado was doing good for me as well. I still think there's a big upgrade I can do in the midfield in the off season. The reason that I said I kind of have a 2-year plan, are you listening, Matt Roll? The reason I said I kind of have a 2-year plan in the MLS is because you only have salary cap shit that you can spend every year, so you can't get all the players you want. Wow, Holt getting a penalty? Yeah, that's good job. Good job. Like I said, I'm not going to be mad about this, but that's the kind of shit why you're not starting, by the way. So, where was I at? Because that tackle was so appalling. But yeah, our 2-year plan just involves kind of like you make your big sweeping upgrades, and our players are very distressed now. And Blackman's blocked these before, but not today. Santos is a really good striker. He's not going to miss that. Oh, let's put it this way. Santos for MLS is a better striker than Blackman for MLS is as a goalkeeper. I think Santos actually is on the All-Star team as well. So here we go. We got to get back into this game, or maybe not. Maybe we have some home cooking on the penalty where the VAR is like, yeah, technically it's a penalty. Depending on how stuff looks in just a minute, I may go to more direct passing. But Holt's going to have to play this out. Well, that's a good pass to Boya. Would have loved to have the last cross there. Boya, who I still call my Jordan Morris insurance in case he doesn't work out. He's been fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to go more direct passing here. Just with the rain. We're still going to work the ball in the box. I will let my players be more expressive again. You can see I turned that off. I kind of want my players to go back to the tactic here. So Boya, just directly. When I say more direct, I don't mean pass it directly to the opposition. Y'all. Okay, Duncan saved the day. But yeah, see, like, James hasn't been, like, performing as well as I was hoping to be a regular starter. And I know some of it is because he's a natural right back. But it's the kind of thing where I love having the redundancy. Morris left inside forward. Let's see if he can do some good here. At least he shot. I will take that at this point. I mean, like I said, we're playing a lot of subs here, so if we lose, we lose. But I kind of look at this and say, like, this is kind of us going against. We've kind of leveled our talent here with the rest of the MLS. So I am going to demand more. I'm a very pushy manager compared to some other people that I've seen here. Morris, he's got to run at the goal. We need somebody to catch that cross. There's Boya, who passes it directly to the goalkeeper. Once again, Boya taking the direct instruction a little too literally here. So there's ring up to, oh my God, I thought we were going to get another penalty. Fortunately, the offsides happened first. So our team is underperforming, but I can't be too surprised. I'm probably going to yank Orezo just to make sure we don't have an injury here. And I may yank Blackman too. He's had a training injury, and I don't want to risk that with the playoffs coming up. Although, one thing I didn't have, I meant to mention, but I forgot, was that we're going to actually go attacking here, and we'll play that into the second half, is that there's a really huge layoff. And yeah, this is not good enough. I know there's the penalty there for the XG, but we need to be creating more than 6 shots on this tactic. Our form was a lot better here. So I am actually not happy. We're not positive enough. You're nervous. You seem demotivated. We'll say defenders here. I'm going to put my hands in my pockets and I think you can improve. That doesn't do shit. It's fine. Putting your hands in your pockets is never a great way to directly address people. So who can we put in here? We do have some options. Apparently Robbie Robinson did not make it into my plans. So Boy is not doing too great. We'll put you down here. Jordan Morris, we may need to save him for the playoffs, but I guess we'll put Loba in for Orezo. Give him a break. 6.5. Very uncharacteristic. Any other subs here? We gotta play out our defenders. Kessler and Derek, you guys can get the rest for now. I may bring in Violante later. I'm probably going to have to bring in Riley McGee later, depending on how people are doing. But once again, Sergio Ruiz, one of our designated players, he's got to get back into form. I think I'll put Diogo in as well because he's focused. So it's Diogo time, everybody. Let's get this shit back. All right, so Loba going in here. Columbus is going to be really excited because they're fighting for playoff position and we're fighting for nothing right now. And sometimes that has a little bit of a difference here. But like I said, you figure it's like all the shit that happens off camera. Oh, great. We get five wins and the offense is on fire. We get the regular season championship. I think we even clinched the supporter shield or whatever, if that's actually what it's called for the MLS. Things I should probably know. But for being top in the overall standings here is Diogo with a great save. It's just the pressure was overwhelming. I mean, Diogo had a run for a while where I was 7 and was like, he hasn't conceded goals in so long, and that's kind of like a paper thing here. But yeah, Duncan, I think we actually pulled Duncan. He's just not doing very good today. Oh, it says he has a 7.1, but he mismarked his person there. So it's fine. Nothing's not on fire. It's a little too bad that I didn't leave the right people in to have what we have. Very frustrated people. How do I want to do this? Fuchs is anxious. We tried to rest a lot of people, and it's kind of blowing up in our face a little bit. Let's bring Duncan off, put Fuchs on, see if we can get that captain's leadership in here a little bit. Violante's focused. Loba is doing about as bad as he's been doing before. Carlton, I wanted to see more from you. But that's fine. We'll put, how many subs do we have left? We have, like, 2. So you know what? We're actually going to keep Kyle Duncan on. Let's switch sides, though. See how this works. Shake it up a little bit. And then we're going to put Riley McGree in here as, Sergio Ruiz. You're just not doing very good. That's what I'm saying, is that we may have another upgrade in the midfield, but we've already used all 3 of our designated player slots, so we may need to move one of those guys. Violante can come in for Morris. I'd hate to have him get... I'm kind of on borrowed time with a person with such a big injury history, at least in terms of how the match engine works, and I'd hate to see that happen here. And you know what? We're going to switch up the tactic very slightly. You're going to be an inside forward on attack, and you are going to be a winger on support. So love getting the rooks some play. Pump fist. We need you to make the difference. Riley's anxious, so good luck. Have fun. So we're probably losing this one, and like I said, it's not going to have any bearing on anything. If we lose, we lose. We're just trying to get some play out over here. But I mean, our team hasn't even been particularly competitive, and that's a little disappointing. So we want to try to get another goal here. No, apparently that was not a penalty. Okay, you always get concerned when somebody gets slid tackled in the in wherever that was, the box, the place. So there we go. Delgado getting the ball back, something he's done a lot this season. Violante getting the ball forward. So let's see if he's supposedly a natural winger. Low bit of Carlton sending it like, I don't know my Ohio geography, but that was not at the goal. So we're going to demand more again. Don't know why we had the weird flash there. Columbus made a substitution. And Diogo with the good save. Good corner kick. We want our players to work. Merriman's upset. Carlton, not the answer. But we got him in a contract. It's not like we had to pay for him. What is Diogo's tendency to dive? Because that's 2 dives. Carlton, though, taking the ball and failing to get a highlight. That's the match engine. We're on extended highlights, too. So whatever we were doing before is apparently Columbus is just like, yeah, it's cool. We're just going to keep scoring. The VAR is probably going to allow this goal if they VAR it. Yep, home cooking. I mean, that's twice the VAR has screwed us over. But yeah, there's no way that was offside. Yeah, so 3-0. And yeah. We have some substitute players who are trying to get them to work, and this is not working. Eric Holt apparently having a decent game, and they've just completely gone over the head of us. And are they going to go 4-0 here? This is the kind of playoff form we want. Yeah, this is not good enough, and that will get you back on the bench if you're a developmental player. It's the kind of thing where a 5.9 is terrible for your development, and we're not really in a position to like be trying to develop people. So it's fun. But at least Holt's a pretty good sub. So we know that Zaka Fernakis is not really there yet. He did just join the team. So I don't know if that's worth anything. Violante, get a goal! Oh, Loba! What a pass. Violante doing some good. At least we're not getting shut out. Oh my god, I love that Loba's running back. Like we're gonna save this. It's like our defense, which has been our calling card this whole time. James has been terrible, and he's getting starter money. So we may need to look at other options here. But we have a whole season of scouting under us now. So maybe we get another goal here. At least Loba finally getting a goal. He's been on a dry spell for a very, very long time, even coming in as a sub for Arezzo from time to time. But this y'all is not good enough. Carlton's bad. Delgado's okay. McGree's getting paid $400,000 a year. That's way too much for how he's been doing. So he's a potential player, but we're not in a potential kind of season. We're in a win now mode. And that was what I kind of listed from the front. Like, why are you playing it back? We are in extra time. Are we trying to come back, or are we just trying to go home? That's not good. Even my cats disapprove of that. That's how good we're going here. So like, there's losing, and then there's losing like this. And I mean, good on the rookie to do some good here, but I am far from pleased with that result. And we have some players that are doing very well here. We're going to do some individual talks. And you know what? I'm just going to put my hands on my hips, and I'm going to say that I am not happy with your performance. You should be nervous with that performance. I mean, it just was not good enough. Let's go to Julian and say, your mistake cost us a goal. He seems motivated, but I need to remind him that you fucked up. Sergio Ruiz, you were abysmal. You deserve to come off. You seemed demotivated. This is part of it, is that the team talks are there to supposedly try to help people out and get them going. Our goal is to get people motivated, but we're gonna have some talks with people after this here. I don't really care. It's back to the training ground. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Poor performance and a poor result. You can't hide from that. So Columbus getting some work in. Good for them. And some of it's our players just kind of singing, saying blah, whatever. Post-match press conference. You know what? We're just going to send our assistant. I don't really want to deal with it. What's Latinzo's man management right away? So he should be able to talk. That's okay. And then we have, I want to see here, Diogo's, what is his tendency to punch? 10. So he was just jumping everywhere. But he is improving. If we look at our reports, his potential is still pretty good. We got to get him some more run time. And this is probably the part of the season get the run time. But if we look at our tactics here real quick, like Ruiz, we'll give you another game or two, but that last game was not good enough. This is not good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna tweak the lineup a little bit, and we're gonna see if we can finish strong. Like Ake Loba needed some time with fitness. That's fine. We want to get some of our other players match fit. But yeah, let's see if I can finish the season on a strong note, which means DC, who is also fighting for their playoff life. We want to give the home crowd a good send off. So let's see if I can make some adjustments. All right, well, here's a fun one. The reason that Ludd was not playing before is that he's already out injured. He got a twisted ankle a while ago, 9/23. I guess it's not technically a while ago. And now we have Boya, who we had just brought in, and he was actually getting a good chance to get a run. And let me get a good look at how he's doing. And he's done well some games. He's done some well, not so well other games. He has somewhat of an injury history. I do want to look at the coach report, though, because I wonder if one of his weaknesses is consistency. Doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, Boya, I was hoping to give you a run. We're going to have to put this injury and leave it to the physical therapist or whatever you want to call it, the doctor. So what does that mean? Do we give Carlton the run at the starter here? Do we put Morris back as a right side winger? Do we give Violante the start? Violante's kind of been better. I've already had a chat with Carlton to say, you really need to sort your shit out. I'm going to give him one more chance to sort his shit out because I kind of need to see what we have with him, which means in terms of our wingers on the bench, we don't have too many more at this point. It looks like McGree, who I had shoved down onto the bench, may still get to stay there. We're going to try to maybe give Sabia another play here. So yeah, let's hope for no more injuries here. Like I said, there is a pretty big layoff, and this is the last game of the season, which supposedly, traditionally, in MLS, if we look at the match schedule here, everybody should have their last games here together. So September 30th, and then we have the conference group stage, Eastern Conference first round, Eastern Conference semifinal should be over here on the 19th. So we may need to put a friendly or two in there just to stay fresh. But I do need to give my players some time off to recover as well. So, fun times. By the way, here we are again. This is the Jordan Morris contract saga. It continues. We're at the end of the year here. He's an important player. We try to offer a contract here. He wants to only be a regular starter, which is very exciting. And if we do immediate, we could try to set it for the end of season. Because technically right here, we don't have the money to necessarily pay him what we want to. So he's willing to go for that now. And he wants this amount of money per year. I don't know why that's blocked. I mean, clearly we don't have a salary set for next year. So we can't, I guess this is where we're at right now. How low do we have to go? Like 500,000. I'm going to go to 500 just to see here. Agent fee is this. 2-year contract is fine. If we throw in some bonuses here, like a sell on fee percentage of like 10%. Give some other things to negotiate with. Do I want to give him an injury release clause? That's fine. I can't add any bonuses, which kind of sucks. Let's see what happens when I do this. Suggest terms. So 63,000. We may be able to go ballpark this a little bit. 75, move down to here. Oh man, he's willing to go for $500,000 and not as a designated player. So he's off contract here. You know, that's fine. That's fine. This is going to count for next season. He's a domestic player. He's done really good. I've been able to do some load management. And he's a regular starter in his prime years. I'm shocked I don't have to pay him a designated player. And let's keep this in mind. Jordan Morris's contract right now is $1.27 million. So we're getting a fucking huge discount. I will take that every day of the week. But he still gets paid till the end of the season, so that's fine. You know what? Anunga, I don't know. I'm going to delay that. We don't have to worry about that today. So we're going to send our assistant in for the press conferences. Let's get to the last game. All right, it's the last game of the season. I think they call this decision day in the MLS. DC United has a shit ton to play for because they are tied with Montreal looking for the last thing here. They're on the road. Montreal is also on the road at Vancouver. Vancouver probably an easier matchup because 9th versus 7th versus us were first, but technically we're not playing for anything. Also, our assistant manager is like going crazy. They want us to sub in and out a lot of different, like a whole different lineup. It's pretty silly. We're going to stay this. I think going attacking is fine. Focusing on set pieces is okay. We're not going to adjust instructions. That's how I screwed up the tackles to begin with. We don't want Derek to get suspended for the playoffs. I don't think the cards reset. So here's our team, except for Carlton. Since our assistant manager said, you know what, Robbie Robinson's going to get the start here, we'll go with what he says. Robinson's the kind of player who, once again, he's domestic. He's got some potential. He's done pretty poorly for me recently, but his contract is cheap enough, and he's staying on for a few more years, that I can kind of let it sit and see maybe next year is his year. What is he pissed off about? High training, no strong feelings about the head coach. I guess that's fine because you had your chance and you've stewed on the bench for a while. So we're going with a little bit of a different lineup here, but we do have Kessler and Derek. And at the start, Mater is in here, despite Delgado maybe playing a little bit better because he is crushing it in training. I can't believe I just said crushing it. But that's where we're at. But I want to get a win here. I know we don't need a win, but I want to get the win. Jamal Blackman actually does, we'll go over the stats later. He actually does have the MLS record now for most clean sheets, and I did say I didn't want to give Diogo some more run time. But it's probably going to be half a game because, once again, I want the win. Sergio Luis and Robbie Robinson, y'all got to suck it up. It's going to be playoff time soon. All right, so go to the match. Let's see what we got here. Pablo Aguilar, that's fine. You guys and your bitching about Kessler starting over here. That's terrible. All right, dressing room time. We're going to pump the fist. We need to show everybody what we're all about. So let's do it. Everybody's motivated. That's fine. I'm not going to fuck with that. Let's go. What do you improve at? And I could send the assistant to do this. I want more from everybody. That's true. Kyle Duncan. We're rotating the squad. Locker room's happy. So here is the bank. We have one loss, which is a little irritating. We are putting James on the right-hand side just to see if he's better playing the wing or on the natural foot. DC United, the British say bottle job. In America, we say they're choking. They're doing the big old choke here. They were in the playoffs pretty much all season until the end. There's a few spots left, though, on the last day of the season, which is very exciting. So I'm not going to have the wherewithal to monitor it, but it is at least worth flagging, noting, and everything here. So we have Merriman passing it up to Derek. And we're actually getting a highlight at the very beginning, so maybe Areza is going to make something exciting happen here, or maybe DC is going to ruin our day here. Robbie Robinson is offside. Bruh. This is why I stopped playing you. Okay, but we are going to try to let our tactic go. We're going to stick with our short passing game. The weather should be fine, except it's strong wind, wet, so the weather's absolutely not fine. But due to graphical engine limitations, we can't really see it very well. So Areza, what a beautiful pass forward that the goalie got to first. But that's the Sergio Ruiz that I've been seeing most of the season until that second major injury. Well, his first major injury of this season, second major injury of this save. Arezzo, do the thing. Oh man, but that's the kind of play he's been doing all the time. I know some people say that beat offside trap, which is something he picked up from his mentoring group, kind of breaks players a little bit in Football Manager 2022, and maybe that's true. But Arezzo hasn't been like screwing up and getting offside all the time. So Jordan Morris, we're getting shots. So that's good. Let's go ahead and throw the encouragement out there. Like I said, we're going FTW for the win today. Blackman, I'd love to have him get one more clean sheet to put some more separation on the MLS record that he has. I don't know the numbers, but we're going to look at stats after this anyway, just to have some fun, because that was one of my favorite things. I used to play a Tecmo Super Bowl a lot. And I'd always like to go at the end of the season and be like, well, let me see how I dominated everyone else in stats. Obviously, I'm not the one at the controls here. Ruiz with a beautiful pass to Morris. Morris better get that cross in. There's Mater. I mean, Mater's not the best person at taking that shot, and Derek is going to get a yellow card. No, he didn't get a yellow card. Thank goodness. We may have to actually sit Derek just to see if we can get a good behavior bonus here for him. But like I said, DC has a lot more to play for than what Charlotte's doing, but we're getting a lot more shots on target. Better XG. Fuchs throwing it in there to Hamid, who's just got it. And it looks like they're trying to kick over us. So we're gonna keep the line forward. What did I say at the very beginning? Our tactics gone a lot better when we keep our line up and just try to push through here. And we're gonna keep on the short passing because our players are good enough to get everything going in here. I love how we're playing it so much on the left-hand side, though. So Robbie Robinson, not really doing so good. Sergio Ruiz could have done better, could have gone for the other side of the goal here. But we're getting shots, so I'm going to encourage that. Everybody playing with confidence. Near post, nerf. Mate means that Derek's not automatic anymore. We are up to 80 points if we get a tie, but like I said, I want the win. I had illusions of maybe getting our big new record for most points in a season, but I think we're nowhere near that. But still, 80 points in a season for an expansion team, you know how good that is. Robbie Robinson taking a shot for maybe the first time in half a year. It doesn't go anywhere. I think we have some players that are a little bit unhappy about what's going on now. Guys, you know what cures all this is actually getting a goal, right? That's not a goal. But we do want to win. We don't want to, after going on a torrid pace of goals, we don't want to just have there we go. Arizo at least is gonna just shoot the ball, but we don't want to just run in and have 0-0 tie, no goals in 180 minutes. I can't do math. There's Robinson again with another golden opportunity to hit Hamid's ankles. That's less than ideal, but this is why we haven't been playing Robbie. Kessler with a header. That doesn't work. We get a lot of corners. Lots of work. Fuchs with the other corner. Fuchs has just been too good. I've really been wondering if this was going to be his only year. And he has earned his chance to get another run at this. We're just getting corners all the time. Fuchs is just good, and more importantly, his attributes have not been deteriorating like crazy. Maybe I've seen players of his age in Football Manager games past, so that's excellent. Although that was a horrible cross, and seems like the exact kind of thing that we could take advantage of. But finally, Sergio Ruiz kind of playing a little bit more like himself here. He is an advanced playmaker in his best role, and this should not be a 0-0 game. Merrimon once again doing a great job in the back here. He's got a lot more upside than other players here. So we're gonna I'm not gonna say that I'm disappointed here. You know what I'm gonna say here? Don't lose faith. I'm gonna pump fist. We're gonna try to get our players moving here, but we are gonna have some individual talks here. Pump the fist here. Keep going. I know you can do it. So we want to inspire. We want to inspire people here. I know you have the ability to make the difference. Even Robbie's is on a 6.8. So let's see if this does it. Let's see if we can get the move at the end here. I don't want to like go over the top and go very attacking because it seems like DC is kind of packing it in a little bit, and it is like shitty weather. But Morris, that was a good cross. Hamid was on it. That's the problem with going too deep all the time. But you only got to get one. So there's Derek hitting the wrong side of the goal, but that's the right idea. So I guess if we don't get it, we don't get it. Right now, DC is in the playoffs, though, so we want to crush somebody's hopes and dreams. 50. We're at 56 minutes. We're almost at 60. I'm going to demand more from our players. I want to see what we can get, and then we're going to do like a massive 5-player sub here. Morris is getting tired. Arizo actually having another off game. I'm going to keep him in, though. So yeah, a little disappointed. They're trying to float their crosses in. We should probably try to change our passing just a little bit. Oh my gosh! Kessler, finally somebody getting something. They better not disallow that because the goalie completely fucked that up. All right. So on the throw-in, I mean, we're playing for set pieces today. Hamid does a terrible job. Flops around like you know he could. And that is a fluke goal, but you know what? We accept fluke goals here in MLS. So who do we want to drop in here? We're going to drop in Diogo because we want to give him some more run time, some more development. We need to get Derek off before he did get a yellow, so I think he's up for suspension now. Well, I mean, it's only the playoffs. Unless the cards get reset for the playoffs, but I don't think they do. Saliba, Merriman's done good, but we'll give him a bit of a rest. Ruiz has been pretty good. We could put Mater up here and bring on Delgado. Because Mater is also a pretty good advanced playmaker, despite what the star rating says. That's 4. And then Robbie Robinson has done okay. Jordan Morris has done okay. But I think what I'm going to do here is switch. And we're going to bring Violante on. Give the Rook a little bit more of a run. Carlton has just been terrible. And I know he has the stats. I know he has it in him. We're obviously keeping him. He's a minimum salary player, so there's no reason to like totally screw with him. I hate that I don't have it to put Amore in here. Guillem James once again not doing too great. But let's see. We got some people talking really loud outside, and I'm not sure why. So Eric Holt's unsure. You better fucking get sure fast because we're gonna move back to positive, but we're gonna try to extend this lead. All right. So Ted Uncle not looking too happy here. So Arezzo, I'd really love him to get one more goal because he was on a goal a game. That's good. Delgado, that's real good. See, Jordan Morris, he's got his new contract. He has accepted his pay cut for a little bit of security. That's like a bargain. He didn't even ask for like a release clause or anything. So if an international team comes for him, we have the right to like try to gouge him a little bit. I mean, it's MLS. One of the fun things that I do like about MLS is Arezzo's moving around here a little bit is that one of the realities you run with here, oh, great job, Diogo, going out to get that. One of the realities you run into is that this is really just a farm league. Your best players are going to end up getting poached and going to somewhere else. And that's kind of the accepted thing. That's the expectation. So team building is a constant thing. Whoa, that's a red card. We're going back to attacking now. Let's actually go very attacking. That's fine. And we want to just try and see if we can get another goal in here. Jordan Morris getting really tired. Arezzo with a very conservative kick here. I guess he's not trying to shoot from out there. Jordan Morris, who's super tired. Getting up to Mater. That's good. I mean, they're packing the box in now. DC is officially out of the playoffs right now if we can hold on. They're trying to come back for a tie. and they're on a red card. That's not great. Fuchs moving it on up. It's over to Arezzo. That's a corner. We may get another goal in here. So like I said, I wanted the win. I'm not exactly excited about how we're getting the win, but hopefully our team comes in motivated for when the games do really count, because we've been looking good, and then I put the game down a little bit for the new year while recording some stuff for Star Sector. Oh, another drop ball from the goalie, and we did nothing with it. We should have put that straight in right away. But yeah, there is the Mater with the kick there. Almost trying to get a brace for Kessler there. That's a really good cross. But once again, got to think about it. Is Ruiz's spot in the roster safe? He's been hit by injuries, and he's expensive. Maybe we can trick somebody else into buying him out. Because Mater, despite, like I said, despite the star rating, he's done some really good work, and he's doing awesome in trading. And the AI loves him, because we're getting a lot of MLS attempts to trade here. Oh my God, that goalie's gone away for out. Violante, please make this work. Jordan Morris, this should be a goal. Yes, there we go. Arezzo with that last second, his fitness, he's just able to outrun everybody in MLS. So this is kind of his calling card. He catches people early before they've kind of warmed up, and he catches people late when everybody else is tired. Arezzo is literally a class above MLS, and I will be shocked if I lose him, or I will be shocked if I get to keep him through next season. Maybe people won't come after him this season, but yeah, you could do worse than getting a few $1 million for him. But like I said, you got to play and build your team in MLS like you're expecting to lose a player, because that's going to happen. But we win at the end. We've 4 shots. The one downer is that Derek is probably going to be suspended, but Holt's been suitable, and hopefully he drops his concern. But yeah, that's the kind of turnaround we wanted here. We wanted to get a little bit more in here. Morris improving his starting really well. That's just, I'm happy with this. We can work with this. So go team. Even Robbie Robinson, you didn't totally shit the bed. Yeah. So there we go. We did what we're capable of. And we're really happy about it. So we played in the rain. Kessler did awesome. It's a good end to the season. So we do have the full playoff picture now, because everybody plays their team at the same time here. So Rivas bids well to DC United, so that was his last game apparently. I guess he's retiring. And it's not going to work out for him. Atlanta, Montreal, Minnesota, and Austin, San Jose. Wow, Austin in the playoffs. Arezzo gets a goal bonus. He gets 10 league goals for the season and playing half a season for us. Dude. Like, that's just some good shit. Like, if we look at the coach report on him, you knew he was good. But like, this is just his stats compared to the rest of the MLS. I love this amount of new data and everything. But like Ludd's on contract, Arezzo's on contract. He's been declining in his stats for some reason recently, but that's going to bounce back up in just a minute. Some of that's just because he's tired. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. So Kessler getting a goal. That's awesome. Good job. Like, everybody wants him. His contract's amazing. If he asks for a raise, he's earned it. And here we go. We have the draw here. We'll either play Columbus or New York. Ooh, boy. 2 teams. Well, that's just regular New York, but still 2 teams that I've actually lost to. So if I end up clunking it in the playoffs, it's not exactly a disaster. We do have some hardware for us. In the competition, we have clinched the Supporter Shield by a lot. 82 points on the season is very good. If we look at the MLS and look at our records here, let's see here. Oh boy, how many points? Lowest attendance, highest attendance, biggest win. Don't have that. Highest scoring in a match. Most team goals, 85. Most it's up here, but I'm pretty sure we don't have it. Most points in a season, 75. Excuse me, we did break that record. unless that wasn't something that was carried over, because that's a 2021 record. But yeah, we should have most clean sheets in a season. Most shutouts by a player in a season is Tony Mola. So I guess we haven't actually gotten up here yet, because let's take a look at the league profile overview. We have 19 from Jamal Blackman. Derek ending up not being like super the best compared to Blanco. So that probably means that Blanco is going to win player of the year, which sucks because Derek should absolutely win it. Defensive players, not good enough. But if we look at the stats for the team overview real quick, most points per game, Charlotte. Most shots for, Charlotte. Most dribbles made, Charlotte. Fewest conceded, Charlotte. Columbus is the only people that have outrun us on goals. I apologize for fidgeting with stuff. I'm making a big squeak right in the microphone here. But our form's good. Our average attendance is actually really good for MLS. Net transfer spend, we haven't even done the most spending here. But yeah, we're just going to go through a little bit of stat stuff here. Team detailed, I don't really care. I want to do the player overview here. So most goals is very exciting. It's funny how our players have split up. We have so many players scoring goals that Arezzo, if he stays with us next season, is going to dominate that. Most shots, once again. Most key passes. Fuchs is, like I said, he's just held on. His stats and his attributes and everything still very good. If somebody comes for him, it's fine, but he's earned that 1 year bump extension. Most tackles won. I'm a little surprised we haven't. Jamal Blackman with a new MLS record, 19 shutouts. A lot of that's team defense, but that starts with Blackman in the back. Most assists, I'm a little surprised that we don't have anybody on the top here. Most players of the match. This is interesting that we don't have some of these. Most passes completed, there's Derek up there. Most dribbles made and fewest conceded. So, but then we have things like Marky Delgado doing good, Kyle Duncan doing good with interceptions. Average rating still up there. Free kick, goals, Ludd and Fuchs are up there. Fouls and minutes and interceptions made. So lots of stuff, lots of good things to take away from this here. I do kind of want to see, though, player attacking. Like, where are we at on goals? Apparently we don't even have anybody that makes the list. Because if we go ahead and look at our squad, we should be able to look at our own stats like this. So shots on target, Matías Arezzo has the most. Goals, Matías Arezzo has the most. Robbie Robinson, a terrible conversion rate. Penalties scored, Ludd's been doing really good there. Mater, I don't know, long streak of minutes here. Passes, I thought that said scheduled. So our best passer's Derek, but we keep it simple for Derek. Mistakes leading to goal, none all season is amazing. Anunga is a great challenger in the middle there, so that's something that we kind of lose by yanking him off. But Cross has succeeded once again. Delgado, who is also a winger as well as playing in the midfield. I'm not too surprised by that. 4 players with 100% of tackles, 1 versus attempted. That's really weird that we have 1 versus 1, but that's fine. That's fine. Jamal Blackman is obviously a model citizen because he's a goalie. Our best player for games versus played is Diogo, apparently. Our goals per game. Goals conceded, Diogo at 0.5, Jamal Blackman at 0.69. But still, can't complain about that. If we do our comparison one more time here. I did this earlier in the season. Wow. Terrible cough. But this time I'll get the stuff out of here. What does the 80-point team look like in MLS? We got really good mentality. Our goalkeeper is kind of below standard, but our defense is really good. Our midfield, we have improved that quite a bit, except there's still pretty poor technique. Our attack is over the roof. We're very fast. Speed is one of the things that I'd like. Our fitness isn't great, but that's why we just bring on more people. Like I said, our mental stuff, we're very aggressive. We're very brave. We're very determined. None of this is like the best. we're just good at everything. So that's kind of the goal. But yeah, it's been a fun, long season, but still just a season here. We're going to send the assistant in, hit this and see what we get next year. Yellow card limit, find a day's wages, and he has a 1-match suspension to all American League competitions, which means he is suspended for the first game in the playoffs. That could be a problem. Yeah, he's pleased with Kessler's performance. That's fine. So we do have good old-fashioned training here. We're actually going to do some big match training just for fun because sometimes that tends to help out. But yeah, our schedule coming up here. We have, oh boy, we haven't actually had the playoff schedule here. But if we look at the calendar real quick, we will know what October holds because we have already qualified. We got the first round bye, so we get to go to the MLS semifinal. So here we are, Columbus versus New York, Toronto versus Atlanta, New York Football Club versus the other one here. So yeah, that's it's going to be exciting. October 15th, and then we have the rest of the matches here. Would love to see it as a tree. There's probably a way to do that. Competition review. We don't have to worry about that just yet, but it's fine. We're over here right now. We're not going to know more until later. So next video is going to be playoffs, and I'm just going to do the whole thing. If we get eliminated right away, we get eliminated right away. Let me put my stupid face back on there. If we get eliminated right away, we get eliminated right away. Hopefully we don't. But once again, if we look at our squad, actually one thing that is worth looking at is our medical report in the medical center. We have some players that are injured and coming back from injury, and Lud should be back in time. I'm not exactly sure about Boya because the games are coming a little close. I think I may need to keep, if we look at the calendar here, just one friendly just to keep us fresh. Maybe like put it on, give everybody a week's rest, put a friendly on the 11th just to let us have a happy little match to give some people some more playing time. And then we'll see how this goes. But yeah. Overall, excellent inaugural season. Let's see if we can go 2 out of 3 in the competitions for winning. But I'm happy with the results and very happy with the Jordan Morris contract extension pay cut as well. Good times. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. We'll do this again soon. You all take care.